Hello friends, hope you all are doing fantastic. In today's video we're going to answer the question of culture tuna. I didn't answer you in the comment because I wanted to answer you directly here in a video. I'm currently walking in some sort of a park in France near Paris. So the question of culture tuna was something to the extent of, hey Val, how are you doing? It's been a long time, because I haven't been posting since it's been like 3-4 weeks since my last video, and then the patch came out, so I was like, okay, it's time to make a video about the patch. I was reading the patch, and as I was reading the patch, my hype and energy about Elden Ring went down and down and down. We'll go over that in a minute. So it's pretty depressing, it's pretty unencouraging to go forward. His next question was, are you tired of Elden Ring? Are you burnt out on the game? I've got my fair share of PvP and dueling also, that's what he was saying, and that he has started to play all the games. So let's talk about that first. So am I tired of Elden Ring? Am I sick of Elden Ring? Truth being told, a little bit. That's not the whole truth about it. The couple of reasons why I haven't been posting is number one, because I've been very busy lately. I've had different competitions, I had a lot of training, I had a few jobs, parkour related jobs. We're going to talk about that in the second part of the video. But coming back to Elden Ring, I have a bunch of footage, I have a bunch of build I want to do. The problem is that as I've been traveling, I don't have my PS5 with me. So I'm playing on my laptop. I have a laptop that I play with. The problem is that Elden Ring on PC is awful. It is terrible. The connections are way worse, and it's not my connection, because when I play with the same connection with my PS5, it works perfectly, it works really well. But when I play with the same connection on my PC, it's awful. And it's not about my PC, because I play other games on my PC, and for example when I play Destiny 2 with my laptop, connections are fine. So it's really Elden Ring on PC. You get also disconnected, like there is something called a 2-minute glitch, where after 2 minutes you get sent out of a word. You get everybody get disconnected. That's something that happened on PS5, but it happens even more on PC. So that's one of the reasons. Also, I need to redo all my builds on PC, and going through the game for the 10th time is just not fun. It's just not fun anymore. There is no more secret, there is no more it's just boring fighting the same bosses, going through the same area. What's cool about Elden Ring is that the first time you play through, you go around the game, you explore, you find all these secrets, all these items. But when you've done it so many times, you start to see a lot of the flaws of the game. The game is way too big for no reason. A lot of the areas and a lot of bosses are just copy-pasted. They are the same bosses. So when you count the amount of bosses you meet again and again, it becomes obvious that it could be a much smaller game. Like, it doesn't need to be that big. I think it's big for no reason, but that's another topic. And yeah, there is no, basically what I can do when I create a new character, I can drop myself a lot of items, such as a limited item like the boluses that cures the rot when you get rotted. Those items are actually limited. You cannot get infinite how it's called, the bud, the pink bud that allows you to make the boluses. You can have only a limited amount of them, and yeah, it's just I just cannot get any of them, and it's just boring I need to regrind all that shit, and it's just not exciting to play Elden Ring. Now, going back to the patch really killed the motivation. I think the patch killed the vibe for everybody, and it really shows how much FromSoft is completely out of touch with their player base. I don't know where they're getting their feedback from. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how they do it, who's in charge of balancing the game, but it's clear, it's obvious that PvP is in the gutter. It's never gonna get better. It shows from the core design of it, it shows from the way it's been balanced for the past 5 months. We have Bloodhound Step untouched, we have Helmet Glitch untouched, we have Still Love connection problems. We have 4-player max in the world. I mean, again, the list goes on. And those little things that were like there was hope. There was hope, and there was the honeymoon period. There was the honeymoon period where it was like, yeah, it's super cool, it's okay, the game is gonna get patched, it just came out, it's okay that there's a bunch of glitches and bugs and stuff like that. And all that was, you know, it was fair to assume that there was going to be something done about it. There was going to be something done about the patch and everything. But now there is no more excuses. I mean, you guys can just watch the video of Scott Young. He made a beautiful video explaining why it's unacceptable, the state that the Souls PvP are in, and still hoping for things to get better after like 13 years or something is just delusional. Like, it's time to grow up, it's time to see the truth, and it's time to realize that Elden Ring PvP is not the game we all hoped it was going to be. I actually made a first recording of what I'm saying right now about 2 months ago, when in April, when I realized that fuck, I had so much hope for Elden Ring PvP, and the hope and expectation that we all had were not how to say, they were not unrealistic. It was not like an unrealistic expectations. It was very realistic expectation. Basically, what we all hoped for was Dark Souls 3 a bit better. That's it. That's really it. I mean, I know many people from Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne don't share the same opinion, but most of the PvP base was in Dark Souls 3. And the goal was, look, give us Dark Souls 3. We love the mechanic, we love the combat system, we love everything about it. Tweak it a little bit, add some spice here and there, and then we're good to go. but they went backward. It's not that they didn't improve on it, it's that they went backward. They made the worst job than it was in Dark Souls 3. What I have in mind is no covenant. So no covenant in terms of interest for PvP. We had the Blue Sentinel, we have the Blade of the Dark Moon, we had the Aldrich Faithful, we had the Madness Covenant, I forgot what was the name of it, and we had the Rosier Finger, Watchdog of Farron. I mean, the list goes on and on. There were so many covenants that were inciting people to do PvP because there was reward at the end of the day. For example, if you had like 30, I think it was 30 or 15 Watchdog of Farron item, I forgot the name of the wolf grass, I think it was called. You get a super cool sword, you know, so that would entice people to play PvP even if they didn't like it. And it made also some area, PvP area. What I mean by that is that if you would traverse the swamp of the Farron Forest, you would get automatically invaded. Same if you would cross the cathedral of Pontiff. You know, after Pontiff, when you're in Orlando, every time you cross here, you're getting invaded. Whether you're solo, whether you have friends, and that led to some of the best moments, the best moment of Dark Souls 3 PvP, because some people were ganking, some people were always invading these areas, and you could also cosplay as, you know, you could feel like you have this mission. I remember I did a video called 30 Concord. Our mission, protecting the Ashen One. Our targets, 30 invader scums. Our weapon, Ujigatana, Fire Dagger, Corvian Great Knife. Our level, 18, weapon at +2. Our rules, no Hornet Rings, no Prisoner's Chain, no dropped item. It's time. It is time! and my goal was to fight the twinks. That was my big mission back in Dark Souls 3, because I love to go through the PvE of Dark Souls 3, and every time I would do a new character, I would right finger the thing, right? And every time I would right finger as a low level, I would get invaded by twinks, and there is virtually nothing you can do to win. It's very, very, very hard to win. So my goal, my absolute goal, was to make an invader stay low level. I think I stayed around level 15, weapon at +2, and no drop item. I had to go through the whole game myself, you know, getting all my shit, and then I had to kill the twinks. That was my goal, to kill all the twinks, and I would just wait to be summoned as a blue. And I remember staying up until, because there was very few activity, it was like in 2018, and there was not that much activity, and I remember staying up until like 3 a.m, you know, moving the stick of my controller to make sure my PS4 wouldn't go to sleep, and waiting to be invaded. And every time I would get so excited to be invaded, to be summoned. And like, I remember, and basically, you know, with the tension on the side, our goal was, okay, Dark Souls 3 is awesome. We love Dark Souls 3. We know it's not perfect. We know there's a bunch of problems, netcode, some balancing issues, some fairness in what concerns invader, or even, you know, solo host getting beat up on. Like, we understand the game was not perfect, so just tweak a little bit and make some improvement on the thing that needs to be improved. It got even worse. So we have no PvP area, we have no PvP covenant, we have no auto summon for invaders. We have auto summon for blues, what they call the blue, but there is no like mythology behind the blue, that, you know, the hunter, that's the bloody finger hunter. There is no like, there is nothing really construct around the word to make them relevant. Same for the bloody finger, like, who the hell the bloody finger, what do they really want? And there is so few info on them. There is no like chief of covenant. There is like Vare, but his role is so minuscule, and it's a bit the same with the Volcano Manor covenant, you know, like they have you're part of their covenant, but you don't get any special reward from killing people as an invader, and there is no like special weapon or armor that you can get by killing invader. You get them by invading NPCs. It's like, and it's just like, it shows how much not only they've not improved, but they went backward. And same in terms of skill gap. Dark Souls 3 was a very skillful game, no matter what you say. And what do I mean by that is that it's not that there was no cheese, it's not that there was no way to have an advantage against your opponent, or that the mechanic was great and all that. But what I mean by that, when I say a skillful game, is that if someone was worse than you, he would never win. And that is something that I would die on this hill. If someone is not as good as you, he doesn't have better spacing, doesn't have better timing, doesn't have better knowledge of the matchup, he doesn't have better mechanic, you know, like hand-eye coordination, reflexes and stuff like that, he would not win. He cannot, they just cannot rely on cheesy, easy tactics, cheesy spells or stuff like that to beat you, especially if they are by themselves. Like, I understand if it's a 3v1, yeah, if those less skillful players go against you, you will get shit on. Like, it's very easy to die to a 3v1. But even a 2v1 or a 1v1, I would almost never lose those 1v1, 2v1 in Dark Souls 3. Elden Ring, what we call the skill gap doesn't exist. Doesn't exist because anyone can use a very, very OP setup with very, very OP Ashes of War and one shot or two shots you from very far, and there's virtually nothing you can do. Or they can just be invincible and go and use Bloodhound Step, and same, there's nothing you can do. So you can die to someone who's new at the game, who presses L2 and you get unlucky, you mistime your roll and you're dead. That's almost how it works most of the time. And yeah, those little things that we were like 5 months ago, it was like, okay, the game just came out, we need to be patient. I mean, 4 months ago, I'm going ahead of myself, 4 months ago. It's like, yeah, the game came out, it's okay that it's unbalanced, they didn't have time to patch this and that or to test the PvP to the full extent, they were stuck on the PvE. And those were legitimate, you know, excuses. But now we cannot give them any excuses. There is no excuse for why Bloodhound Step is still how it is in the game. There are no excuses for why the connection are as they are in the game. There's no excuses for how broken the damage is and how easy it is to cheese each other. And I'm not gonna go over the, you know, we could try and reflect on why it is the way it is. Like, what was the goal and the vision of FrostSoft? Why do they want? My personal opinion on this is that a less skillful game, a game where the skill gap is short, is better for sales, because you want to cater to the casuals. You want to cater your game to the casual, because the casual is the life force of any game. It is what they bring money. Many casuals will just play the game, buy it, play a little bit, not even finishing it, and then move on. Like, that's how it is. It's about money. So, and in terms of PvP, those who will try PvP need to feel that they can compete against people that have been playing Souls game from the past 10 years. And that the problem of the skill gap, it's something that you find in a lot of those casual PvP arcade experience. I'm thinking about Destiny 2, that's something that's also plaguing the game. Although it's funny, because I stopped playing Destiny 2 because I was sick of how short the skill gap was and how easy it was to cheese each other. Well, joke's on me, because now it's actually a lot less skillful to be good at Elden Ring than to be good at Destiny 2. Now, Destiny 2 seems like a very skillful game with a big skill gap compared to Elden Ring, which is like completely crazy. So with all that being said, with me shitting on the game for the past like 15 minutes or so, I still like Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring is a great game. I cannot wait to go back home and to be able to play on my PS5. I still have a bunch of builds I want to try. I still want to get better at the game, and I still, with everything that I just said, I still have hopes. I still have hopes for the future of the game. We know that DLC will come down the line. Maybe they will address some glitches and patch. Maybe they will nerf a few things here and there. It is possible. But I don't hold my breath. I'm not gonna wait forever for it. And there's still a couple of videos coming out relating to Elden Ring. Now, what about the future? So what about the future now of me, of the channel, of everything? So as I said, there's a couple of builds I want to do in Elden Ring. There's still a couple of things I want to talk about. There's still a couple of things I want to explore to see if there's really no hope for the game, or if there are some hope for the game. But I've been playing Destiny 2 again a lot recently because the new season came out. If you guys don't know, I quit Destiny. Didn't quit, but I stopped playing Dark Souls 3 to play Destiny 2 back in 2018, 2019. 2019 I restarted to play a lot of Destiny 2. And I do have a lot of fun lately playing Destiny 2, although now the honeymoon of the new season has kind of faded away, and I see all the problems from before, although they're not as big as they were, but it's still a bit annoying. And I'm a bit of in a weird place where I'm starting to play Elden Ring, then I'm like, okay, the connections are trash, let's go to Destiny 2. I play some Destiny 2, and then I'm like, okay, it's boring. I see where this is going. I'm gonna have to grind for the same weapon, and the same problem are still there in terms of matchmaking between balance with teams and stuff like that, especially as a solo player. And I started, there is a big hype around Monster Hunter, so I've been a big Monster Hunter fan since I was like 12 or something. Been playing back in the days on my PSP. For those who had a PSP or even a PS2, because it was a PS2 game at some point, I did play it, and I've always, you know, tried the game out, and Sorry, there was a pretty girl who just passed by. I'm losing all my means by this pretty girl running next to me. With that being said, yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a shot to Monster Hunter Sunrise, although my main complaint with Monster Hunter is that it's an endless grind. You need to redo the same mission to get your little materials, to make your armor perfect, and you'll get your weapons better. And so far I tried Monster Hunter Rise and it's a bit boring. Already it's been 2 hours into the game and I'm already a little bit bored. I go pick up some mushroom, go kill 20 of those enemies. But I understand those are like, you know, starting mission for the beginners. And now, to be honest with the future, is that I'm also really sad about my career as a content creator so far, because I've been investing a lot of time and a lot of money into, I mean, not that much money, but for me it's a bit of money. It's a lot of money into the gaming, the YouTube channel, and the growth has been pretty shit, to be 100% honest with you. I'm very, very, very thankful to my supporter, to my viewers and mother, to Soleil, Reese, Cultured, Hamza. I'm probably forgetting a couple of guys, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I did spend a lot of time editing the videos. I would play the game for maybe 5-6 hours a day. Then I would save some footage. Then I would go to a coffee shop, edit and make thumbnail for about 3 hours, and you know, post videos almost every day. And for some time it was every day. Post a video every day and trying to add value to what other content creators are not doing. But it's just very difficult, you know, this dream of like, yeah, I'm just going to be this Twitch streamer and make a lot of money and have thousands of followers on YouTube. It's cool, it is possible, but it's not what it used to be. I think if I had done what I'm doing right now, maybe 5-6 years ago, I would have been in a different place. The problem is that 5-6 years ago, I was busy training every day to be the best parkour athlete I can be and in the world, and to travel the world and compete in different countries around the world in speed parkour speed running, and world chase tag and all those stuff, and meeting, you know, the greatest athlete and learning from them and jumping in different cities around the world, which were awesome, and I would never regret that. But it's true that now everybody, you know, especially since COVID, wants to become a content creator, but there is just not enough space, I think, and you need to really, really want it. And I don't think I want it enough to sacrifice what I have right now in order to become a video game player. So that's one of the things that has hold me a lot from making much more content, because I was like, well, I should probably go train, and turns out I've been very busy, and what is making me live at the moment is not making YouTube videos, it is you know, doing parkour. And I'm still in top shape. I have a job, I'm working on a parkour show for the next 2 weeks. Then there's other competition, especially in World Chase Tag, that are going to occur. We're very much into World Chase Tag with our team. And just a quick note on how the World Champion of World Chase Tag went. For those who don't know, the World Chase Tag is the game of tag, where you're supposed to tag the other person. You have 20 seconds to catch them, and then if you can evade for 20 seconds, you score a point for your team. And we ended up at the 6th place. Lately we lost against Fat. Those are secret information, but I know that most of the parkour people don't watch my YouTube videos, so that's okay, I can tell you guys. But it was awesome, it was great. We matched really, really well. Just it was unlucky that we were not able to score a point against the English. They were playing very well. We were against the team, basically the captain of the team, his father invented word chase tag, and he has the word chase tag quad in his garden. So the guy has grown up on the structure, so he knows everything. And on another note about the whole like gaming situation, my channel being a lot slower, it's also because I've realized that what makes me the happiest is not necessarily playing games, and what really makes me happy is be with my girlfriend, be with my parents, be with my friends, training parkour, those stuff, and walking barefoot in the forest. Like, I love those shit. Those things are making me very happy. And when I get into like gaming sessions, I stay in my room, I play for maybe 5 hours, I don't really see the sun, I'm not moving much, I feel like I'm gaining weight, I tend to eat less well. So yeah, I think there's also a lot of topic that I want to talk about concerning gaming and health and stuff like that. I think those I think I have some insight that can be very insightful for you guys, if you care about that, of course. But that's pretty much it for the video update about the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, tell me your thought on any of the shit I've been saying. To be honest, I'm really curious to have a conversation with whoever is interested in what I have to say, and I answer to every comment, as you guys know. And love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It was Valentin, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.